What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Coach D's Corner. Let me go ahead and unmute all of these microphones. Coach D is in his house. We're ready to get to an improvement plan for the Buffalo Bills during this bye week. We're going to see if we can figure some things out. Coach D, welcome. Thank you for doing this with me this week again. How you been?
Man, I've been great. Appreciate the time. Appreciate you letting me come on here and talk with your folks. And let's get some of this some of these questions answered as it relates to these man, I almost want to say wayward Buffalo Bills, but I don't want to be too harsh right now. But man, they didn't look good on Monday night.
Yeah, it was a tough game. And to be honest, I mean, this was part of the worry at the beginning of the season after that Ravens game, where I kind of looked at the lethargic performance of the offense and how long it took to get them in rhythm. And it seemed like at the end of the game, they just kind of went with, that 4-minute offense, which is a lot of up-tempo stuff. And even after that, you started to hear people talk about the K-gun and all these different things to kind of bring back that pizzazz to the offense, if you will, right? And I think what we saw after that for the next 4 weeks was a very similar performance, a lethargic performance, struggling to get into rhythm, a lot of different things, from tackling to playing having a or how does Sean, let's say it how Sean says it, playing complementary football, all those different things. But what would you say it comes down to for you as to why we're seeing what we're seeing right now?
Well, I mean, to your point, that first game against Baltimore wasn't the best performance, and I was surprised at what followed, even though they won. And they won in convincing fashion, like you say. But what the combined records of the teams they won against is like
3-21.
3-21, yeah. So, yeah. But this Atlanta game, I must admit, I didn't think I would see a performance like that at all this year.
Yeah.
But as you know, the NFL is a copycat league.
Yep.
And all it takes is one team to expose a weakness or have a level of success against you, and everybody's going to dissect it. Everybody's going to analyze what happened. Everybody's going to be trying to do the same thing these teams do, and some teams are able to do it and some teams are not.
Yeah.
But yeah, that performance on Sunday, I think there was a lack of preparation. There was a lack of foresight in what Atlanta was going to do to them. They weren't prepared to handle that level of pressure that the Falcons was bringing against them. And the question comes down to, how do you fix it? My question is it fixable? Is it fixable?
What would be your answer to that?
based on, well, you always got the primary attributes in the whole conversion equation when it comes to the collective attributes that go into winning and losing is personnel, first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's scheme. Then it's play calling, right? Then it's execution. So you look at those elements, and you got to start with personnel. And the national media, not just you anymore.
Right.
You initiated it, but now the national media is saying what you've been saying all year. We're not good enough at the wide receiver spot. We're not good enough.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm talking about. The national media is on it hard, and I think you describe it as C-level
talent.
C-level talent within the wide receiver group. But I mean, it's not that those guys can't win. They can win. It's just they got to win at the right time. And that's really what it comes down to.
So when you say at the right time, do you mean that there needs to be more assistance from the offensive coordinator to scheme some things up for them, or is it something else?
Well, no, it's both. It's scheme, and you got to be able to beat man coverage, right? I don't care what the play is. You got to be able to get open, but you got to be able to get open at the right time. And what I mean by that more specifically is when they bring in pressure. When they bring in pressure, you got like it's one thing to get open when they're not bringing pressure. It's a better thing to get open when they are bringing pressure. And where the struggles were the other night was there just wasn't guys open at the right time because they were bringing pressure. I think we talked about it. Second half, they brought pressure on 77% of the plays.
That's like, almost every play.
That's like, man, we going, man. We out. Yep. That's like we out. Like we're not worried about what happens. We're not worried. We think our guys are better than your guys on the back end. That's just, and you know, that's just what it is. So you got to start with personnel, and you got to look at okay, who do we have that gets open against man coverage the best? And then you got to be able to, as an offensive coordinator, and it's very scientific. It's not something that they're doing just off a whim, off the top of the head. They have percentages of times teams blitz in what situations and what circumstances. So everything from 3rd and 3 to 3rd and 20, they have the percentage of time teams blitz, what they like to do, what they like to blitz from. They have all of that stuff. So you're making very educated and calculated decisions when you talk about, okay, if I got this receiver is able to get open best against man coverage, then I'm going to put in plays and call a play where I know this guy is going to have the best chance of winning. So a lot goes into that, and you gotta start from that. Then you got to look at scheming guys open, you know, designing plays where man coverage you can beat it right away with some picks, with some screens, with some crossing routes, you know, like things of that nature. So it didn't look like, and again, we'd have to go back and, you know, rewind the film and go play by play. It didn't look like they were prepared for that on Monday night.
So let's take it a step further, right? Because one of the other things that we talked about earlier this week was not just the usage of the receivers and the capability of the receivers, but the offense in general. The way that they operated the offense on the 2 scoring plays was a lot of James Cook, high consistency in the run game. You know, there was a continuity to the play calls. There was a tempo to the play calls. There was the ball was being spread around a lot, and it just seemed to work efficiently. Can you just talk first about how a team practices for their first drive of the game and then their first drive out of the half, because those were the only 2 times they scored?
Well, and it's ironic you say that, because those are the times, those first drives, the plays are scripted. They're scripted. Those first 10 plays of the first half and the second half are scripted plays. So they've had time to really sit down and think. They're not doing it in between the play clock. Those are plays that they sit down for weeks, and like they go through a series of plays and they practice them, and they say, okay, which of these plays work together? They cohesive, they smooth, they give us a rhythm, so on and so forth. Then at halftime, they do the same thing, right? They sit down and say, okay, what have we been successful at? What have we had success at? What do we want to do? And they sit down and they script out the first 10 plays. So the reason they were a little more successful is because there's a little more thought that went into it, right? But I want to go back and I want to address something. You talk about James Cook, right? James Cook, after Josh Allen, is a playmaker for the Buffalo Bills. And what I mean by it, there's a difference in a guy who can make a play and a guy who makes plays, right? It don't matter what you call. It don't matter how you give me the ball. I'm going to make something happen. That's James Cook for the Buffalo Bills. Right. He can't get 6 carries a half, 6 touches a half. Like that can't happen.
Yep.
That can't happen. I know there was a lot of questions about why is he coming off the field on third down. Like James Cook has a unique ability. I call it to get small in between the tackles, and he's very elusive outside the tackles.
Yeah.
He's going to make something happen. He has to get more touches.
So what so Brady talked about Brady was asked about Mookie Hawkins. You know Mookie.
Yeah.
He asked Brady about Cook's usage, and Brady's response was, well, every guy on this team has a role, right? What does that mean to you? Because my thought was, if everybody's got a role, that doesn't that kind of eliminate the ability of a playmaker?
Well, my first thought is he's misdiagnosed James Cook's role. That's a mix. They misdiagnosed. I mean, okay, I'm with it. Everybody got a role. He got to have a bigger role.
Right.
He got to have a bigger role. So there's a misdiagnosis on his role and his ability. He got to touch the ball. Like they should be doing with him what the Falcons are doing with Bijan. Now, I don't know if James is as good as catching the football as Bijan is, but you gotta recalculate. And did we lose Aramis? Can you hear me?
No, I'm still here. Yeah.
Oh, they gotta recalibrate and recalculate what James Cook role is. That's just what it is. I'm not gonna argue with you. Everybody got a role. Okay, got you. His role got to change. Because for you to give him the ball touch the ball 6 times in the second half, it can't happen.
Right.
It just can't happen. That is your best playmaker outside of Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Them two guys, see, again, and they catching some flack on the national for this everybody eats mentality. Listen, man. No, when it's time to win, I got to get James Cook the football.
That's right.
Period.
That's right.
When it's time to win. Like, I wish I could sit down and say, man, what's really this everybody eat? What is that really about?
Well, you want me to tell you what it is? You want me to tell you what it is? Because it was never supposed to be what people interpreted as, everybody gets, everybody plays a role in the offense, right? Everybody eats, as Brady defined it earlier this offseason. It was basically the equivalent of the Patriots mantra of do your job, right? Which is, everybody just play your role, do what you're asked to do, within the scope of.
He's wrong. He wrong. I don't agree with that. He wrong. I wish I would have heard. No, I don't agree with that. Because
really?
do your job, in my mind, is a lot different than everybody eats. Because like you said, everybody eats eliminates this.
Keep going. I just got to grab something.
The idea of having a primary playmaker, right? Do your job was more of a general statement to the players on the field, to whatever it's called, execute. But Tom Brady had go-to guys, right? This whole everybody eats thing you have to have a primary guy you're getting the ball to. And unfortunately, that's got to be James Cook. Handed the ball off to him, getting him out one-on-one with linebackers, throwing the ball to him, right? Then you got to have a guy on the outside who you looking to get the ball to in certain situations. I mean, that's just what it is. And we're going to see a bigger disparity in targets as the season goes on, because the formula's out there now.
Yeah.
Everybody finna blitz Josh and see if these boys can handle beaters on the back end.
Right. So the next thing, let's because we don't have a ton of time, and I want to make sure we end on time. Let's kind of transition to the defense, and then we'll kind of start to graduate into the solutions, right? So
I like what Kevin Hart said. What Kev said. You're exactly right. That's no respect. When teams blitz you like that, they're saying we don't respect you as a wide receiving group. We don't respect your ability to call. Listen, Dan Marino, you want to talk about getting mad when teams blitz him? Like, you blitz me if you want to. I'm gonna make you effing pay. Like, he blitz me if you want to. I dare you to blitz me, right? That's gotta be the mindset. But you gotta have a package of plays, and you gotta have hots and blitz beaters, and you gotta have all that stuff built in But the Falcons did a great job. I don't know if we're gonna talk about that. They did a great job of taking away the blitz beaters that the Bills had in through their zone blitz concepts.
Yeah, we can. So what I did is I brought up, let me see here. I brought up all the plays. Is it here? Let me see. Play result. No. So I brought up all the scoring plays, and then I also brought up all of the passing situation. Oh yeah, I did. I brought up all the blitzes, right?
I like what Sweat said. Sweat said everybody eats should happen when the fourth quarter and the team was up 2 touchdowns. Not everybody can eat.
Yeah, there's a time and a place for that.
That's right. Up to that point, we're getting the ball to the playmakers.
Right. So this was another thing that I wanted you to comment on too, because I thought this was a different thought than what anybody in the content creator world has said so far, which is I don't think this iteration of the Bills offense is what Josh meant when he liked the idea of everybody eats, right? Because what you essentially wanted to do, and what me and Keyshawn have been asking for the team to do since we got Diggs, is now get another guy on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Get somebody else that can create space. Get somebody else that takes the attention off of Diggs. How feasible, how doable is it to get a guy and set yourself up in a similar fashion to what the Dallas Cowboys have on offense with CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, or the Bengals have with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins? There's like a lot of these teams now, the Rams, the Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua, these teams are having to do these things because the ways of having a strong number one and a bunch of nobodies, that doesn't work in the NFL anymore, right? Defenses are too good.
I don't know if it's ever worked. I don't know if it's ever worked in the sense of you gotta have like, but again, I think it feeds into the big eraser concept. They think Josh is going to be able to overcome all the deficiencies at these positions, both offensively and defensively. And it just hasn't happened the last couple of games. But the idea of not having like playmakers, and I want to reiterate that playmakers make plays happen when they're not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Playmakers find a way to get it done when they don't expect you to get it done. Like those are playmakers. Like, and you got to have a certain mentality, a certain intensity, like a certain fight, a certain skill. Like you got to have a certain attitude. And I don't know if that attitude fit this culture. I don't know if those attitudes fit this culture.
You want to see a play that's pure attitude?
Yeah, let's see a play that's pure attitude.
You see a play that's pure attitude. Where's this joint at? Where did I put it? Let me see. Oh, it's I think this is it here. Yep, this is it right here. All right, so let me pull this one up here. I gotta do a bit of rearranging with the template here because we're gonna have to add this. Bam. Okay, perfect. So now I gotta switch to share this one instead. Is that pulled up there? All right, this your favorite play right here, just so you know. This your favorite one.
Oh my God. Don't do that. Don't do the man like that. Oh, this is embarrassing.
Y'all ready for it? Yeah, here it go.
It's embarrassing. Yo, I hope that people realize what happened on this play. This is embarrassing. Like, I feel bad for him.
Here it comes. You see it, right? You see.
He can just go straight. He can just run straight if he wants to. Come here. No, for real. That's the like, and to our viewers, what's happened there is they've watched film, and the running backs coach watched film. He turns around to his guys and he say, "If y'all don't run your through number 9 and number 24, I'm pulling you out the game. If you don't put your foot in his chest, I'm pulling you out the game." He looked for him. He saw it was number 9. Come here. Like, that's bad. No, that's bad. Look, come here. He could have kept going straight.
Yep.
He could have kept going straight.
Yeah, plenty of space.
Man, he looked right at saw was number 9. Now you want to talk about Sweat, you want to talk about disrespectful. Who was that talking about was disrespectful?
That was hold on, let me go back to it.
You want to talk about no respect. Like they don't respect them, Bill. They don't respect them safeties. I'm running right through you. Yeah, Kevin. Yeah, he didn't, man. That play right there, epitomizes what that offense and that run and those running backs thought about the Bills back end.
Yeah.
He could have kept going straight, man. He put that foot in the ground and went right at him.
Yep.
I don't know if you can fix that, man. I don't know if that's fixable.
Right.
I don't know. Scheme ain't gonna fix that.
Not at all.
Practice ain't gonna fix that. Form tackling ain't gonna fix that. Man, you got to have some nasty guys back there, man. You got to have nasty guys back there. You got to have some guys that want to come. I mean, really, that want to be violent, like borderline. I want to hurt you. I want to hurt you. Right? It's a controlled rage. It's a controlled anger. Listen, one of my former teammates, and they know him here well, Brian Cox.
Oh my gosh,
man! Brian used to envision the right tackle raping his wife, breaking into his house, kidnapping his kids, stealing all his clothes. I mean, he used to get so angry at the tackle. He used to get angry at him. Like you got to have a mindset. I'm going out there to do something. I'm doing something. Man, them boys too nice for that, man. Them boys ain't going out there with that mindset.
You were watching a video earlier of Michael Penix, and what did he say?
Well, Mike, we was watching Mike Penix earlier. Mike said he was mic'd up. He was mic'd up during the Bills game, and their defense. I assume it was their defense on the field, and they had just made a play that they thought was good, and somehow the conversation with the quarterbacks coach was about, man, I don't want no nice guys on defense. I want some nasty MFers out there. We don't want nice guys out there on defense. I want me some MFers that's going to go out there and be nasty about it.
Right.
Like defense is about bringing the violence.
Yep.
Defense is about being the hammer and not being the nail. Defense is about a mentality that, man, I'm going to hit you in the mouth first.
It's too finesse here. It's too finesse.
I don't know, man. I don't know. That play right there, let us know what folks think about the Bills' safety situation.
Right. Right.
And then the other one, just push him out of bounds.
Oh, you want to look at that one?
No, we're not looking at that, man.
It's too late now. I'm bringing it up.
No, I'm serious. It's starting to get embarrassing. I'm starting to feel bad for the boys, man, because they're being put in positions they shouldn't be put in. Like they're being put in a position that they shouldn't be put in, and I'm telling you what's happening. I'm telling you to all our listeners. I'm telling y'all what's happening in that locker room, because everybody watched the film together. Then they break off and they go into their defensive meetings. Then they go in their position groups. Everybody watched the film. And when they show that play, when 9 getting ran over and 24 missing that tackle, when they show them plays, boys start whispering to each other. Yo, man, come on, man. 21 would do that. That wouldn't happen if that was 21. Everybody turn around and start looking at 21. I'm telling you what happened. Everybody turn around and start looking at 21. That's what happens. Boys start whispering. Man, would they expect us to win with that? They start second guessing why are they out there? That's when the dissension in the locker room begins to schism, and you begin fractured, and you begin to, folks begin to click up. That's what's happening. Man, that's what's happening. I'm telling you, it's happening. Yep. That's how that thing go.
There's some of that going on with another team we know about too.
Yeah, the Dolphins. Been there, done that.
Yep.
It's happening, bro. It happens with them all. There's another team. It's happening. It's happening. Yo, he should be the one, man. He should be in the game. He the one he should be playing. It's happening. And then that's when you begin to see a breakdown and the deterioration of a team that should be predicted to win the Super Bowl. And you wonder what happened. Tell you what happened. The coaches lost the locker room because they putting boys out there they shouldn't be putting out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
They ain't getting boys ball. They ain't getting the boy the ball they should be getting the ball to.
Yep.
Like these are grown men that put their life on the line every Sunday. They put their blood, sweat, and tears into training all summer long. And we get here and this is why I can't accomplish the goal. Because to the average fan, the elite pros, they don't play for fun. They don't play to have fun. You hear people say, have fun? No. They don't play. That ain't what they play. They play for accomplishment.
Yep.
They play for accomplishment. We got one goal, win, accomplish the game, accomplish winning. I got one, like it ain't about having fun. It ain't fun when you're losing anyway.
Right.
So yeah, these plays right here, man. I'm telling you what's happening in that film session. Then they break off into the defensive meeting room. It get a little more because they a little more freedom in that defensive room, right? All the coaches ain't in there. Now they start talking more. Then when you get in the individual, when you get in position groups, man, they saying
this what they talking about right here. This play right here. This is the play they talking about. But the rap play we just showed you, and now this play, they looking at Sean like these the safeties you want out here.
Yo, what?
You see the angle he took on him?
Well, first of all, he should be hitting him. He should be hitting him like at within the 20 and the 25. He got to be up in there. He got to be up in there. Yeah. Remember in the game prior to this, the commentator was saying that Sean was telling the safeties to move up, to get up in the run fit, to get up in there. During the game, they was telling him, he was saying, move up. This is why. You can't give him all this space. You got to get him in between the 20 and 25. He got to be up in there. It's over with. It's over with now. Well, no, I shouldn't say it's over because he got a chance right now. He got a chance right now. Man, what was that, man? I'm telling you, man. I'm telling y'all what's happening in that locker room. They looking at this on film and they saying, what? Just push him out of bounds, man. Like, I don't know what he was trying to do. Just fall on his ankles. Like, what is he trying to do?
At this angle, the spot that he's at now, both hands on the side and push him out.
Just push him out of bounds.
That's it.
Drop him out of bounds. Or you close enough now where you can just swipe at his feet.
Yeah. Don't
try to grab him around his waist and slide down. Like, and this is where I think Coach is talking about, technique, tackling technique. And man, I just, these guys are pros. Don't get me wrong. They all of them are good athletes, but the higher up you go, the elite always rises to the top, and you just don't have that elite play right now on the back end, and it's costing them. It's costing them. I mean, it's costing them. That's just what it is. Yep. Those plays epitomize again the solution. I don't know, like. There's only one solution to when you have a personnel issue. There's only one solution. You gotta put somebody else in there.
That's it.
It ain't rocket. Just gotta put somebody else in there.
But
if you don't have nobody else to put in there, now you got problems.
Yeah. So one of the solutions, while we're, because this is kind of a good transition point as far as putting people in there, I've kind of resigned. I've settled on. Yeah, I want to get to a few of these comments too. I've resigned and kind of just settled on Jordan Poyer is going to have to play. What are your thoughts on that? Because you've said before, Taylor Rapp is the quarterback. Jordan Poyer is the only other guy that can come in here from any other team, from any other place that can quarterback this team. Yeah. We saw Jordan play 17 plays on Monday night. Mm-hmm. And a couple of those plays, he was in there for Rapp. And when you look at it, he was putting people where they're supposed to be, right? When the guys was going in motion, you saw Jordan saying shift, you saw Jordan moving the linebacker, you saw Jordan telling the safety to move over, right? He was out there quarterbacking it. So it looks like he had the capability to go on there and quarterback those back end guys, right? The middle linebacker handle the front seven, but it's the safety's responsibility to tell the corners, the safeties, and the slot guy what to do and how to do it when there's a lot of motion, when there's different formations, when there's shifting, right? So it looked like he could do it. So there could be a decision
made to have Poyer in there for either one of them. So I think that's got to be a part of the process. I think they probably wanted to do that later on in the year than they did early on in the year to kind of preserve him for that playoff run, right? But you got to listen. You got some folks questioning now whether they're gonna make the playoffs, which I don't question. They gonna win 12 games.
Right? They should. Yeah, they should. I want to pull up one of these plays from your boy. So let's bring this up here. While you were talking about Jordan Poyer, I just wanted to pull it up to show everybody like this is, and just kind of talk about the job that he's doing here, as you know, after the ball is snapped, and you know how he's playing the
quarterback.
Yeah, how he's playing the quarterback versus how we've seen Cole Bishop. Because right now, I think he's in for Cole Bishop because Taylor Rapp number 9 is on the field here too.
Yeah.
But just tell us what he's doing now after the ball is snapped.
Let me see. Can you make it bigger?
Oh, my bad. Let me see. There we go. Okay. Can you see it?
Yeah, I thought we can make the screen. You normally make the screen even bigger. But go ahead.
Okay.
Basically, he's already surveyed what the formation is. I don't know if they've already. Oh, he's moving. Yeah, he's moving with it.
Right, and then we go.
Yeah, he's probably already surveyed what it was. That was basic. It was 3-by-1. Then they motioned out of it, so you don't have a lot of change in there.
This is the next play.
Where is he?
Right here.
Oh, he's in the back. Okay.
Yep.
He's moving pretty good. Yeah, he's moving good. You got to play where he made the tackle on.
Yeah, let me scroll down just a little bit here.
I think it was DJ. He made the tackle on. Like we know Jordan has he's a tackler. Like he's gonna get you. He's gonna make the tackle. If he don't do nothing else, he's gonna get you on the ground, right?
Right.
And you know he may miss one every now and then, but for the most part, he gonna get you. That's what he was, and that's what he is as a safety. He's gonna run that alley. He's gonna do what he got to do. He's gonna take the right angle. He's gonna put himself in a position to get you on the ground one way or the other, right? And I just don't know if the other guys are at that level yet, where they have that level of determination to get the guy on the ground, as he's coming out of that backfield.
Was this towards the end of the game?
Yeah, it was later on. Probably
all of this fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter.
And this was on a run play?
It was a run play. Yeah, it was a run play.
Okay, let me see if this is it here.
No, it's not. No, it's not. He came from the safety spot. No, he came from the safety spot. This is where he's quarterbacking. That was a good one to let you see how he's quarterbacking the team. Okay. Watch, he's moving guys.
Let's back it up a little bit.
Watch when the guy, you can see he's reaching for his mouthpiece, getting his mouthpiece out. He talking. He pointing. The guy, he telling guys move down. They got him getting up in there. See how I get up in there? See how I get up in there? Like that's how you play that position. Move. Sit in there. Now downhill.
Yeah.
That's how you play that position.
Yep, that's what you want. Here's a tight copy of it.
Yeah, you can really see it. That's I guess Rapp is out of the game now. Right? Move. Like those plays, they not only making the tackles good, but they speak to the other team when they're watching it on film. This is the victory formation.
Yep.
They speak to the other team when they're watching it on film. Like they know. Listen, you better be ready because he coming downhill. Or man, when you see him, you go right at him. It brings a whole different mentality to a football team.
What do you see in here?
Look like Rapp still quarterbacking, and you can see Rapp yelling out stuff in the front and back. So when Rapp's in the game, he's quarterbacking, but when Rapp's out, 21's quarterbacking, Poyer's quarterbacking.
Okay. I just want to show how Poyer just gets up in there. I mean,
I mean, and it's not that 24 won't run up in there, but is he running up in there to do what 21 doing?
it's
right?
not on time either, though. Like, look at this. He's not waiting. So the one thing that I noticed with Bishop a lot is he's waiting for it to become obvious that he needs to get in there and tackle.
Or you get up in there and you stop.
Yeah.
No, you can't. You can't stop. You can't absorb. You got to be the hammer.
Right.
You got to be the hammer, man. Right.
Yep. Go ahead.
So yeah, the key going is I think it's a personnel issue first. I think it's a personnel issue. And again, those guys are pros, so they can play, but it's another level on Sundays, man. It's another level on Sundays. And people, offensive coordinators, they look for the weakest link. And if you're the weakest link, they're gonna come at you. If you're the weakest link, they're gonna design stuff to take advantage of you. And so it's the coach's responsibility to eliminate and to make it as tough as possible for there to be weak links within the defensive scheme, within the defensive out unit.
Yeah.
And you do that through personnel and through scheme.
Lynn is asking, is any of this just Rat trying to preserve himself or fear of injury situation? You do see him pull up a little bit before he gets to the ball now.
I don't know. I really don't think it's about injury. I don't think it's about that. I think it's more about mentality. Right? These guys, you can't play not to get hurt. That's when you get hurt. Right? You got to play all out. When you playing not to get hurt is when you're cautious, is when these guys get hurt more often than not. I'm not like some guys are just, again, they're pros. So he'll want to tackle. Don't get me wrong. He'll tackle you. He'll tackle you. His intent is to make the tackle. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying he's thinking, I don't want to make the tackle. His intent is to get in there, but some guys have a greater intent than others. Some guys have a greater determination. And he gonna tell you they want to tackle. They pros.
Right.
Man, when you going up against Bijan, when you going up against the boy from Baltimore, when you going up against the boy from Miami, when you going against the boy from New England, right? When you going up against these boys from Carolina next couple 2 weeks, them boys run that ball. Like you got to match their intensity, and that gets down to the character of the person. Comes down to the attitude of the person, the disposition of the person. Can you put yourself in a mode where you go out there and you go to war? It's warfare. It's warfare, right? You got to have a warrior's mentality, right? It's hit or get hit. And that comes down to the character of the player.
Right. Sal says the offense hummed with the spread forcing man. Josh killed the blitz and took off for big gains. I only saw that a couple of times in the first half, maybe.
Sal, the bottom line is winning the game, man. Not making a play here and there.
Right.
He didn't do it enough. It didn't happen enough. What's the point? I'm trying to say, what's the point?
Right. I think Sal is trying to say, it wasn't all bad. Josh was still able to, do some stuff. I mean, Sal's usually more on the positive side and trying to, keep hope alive and that type of thing.
No, I get it. I mean, you had your moments, but see, the game comes down to that. I'll give you that much. It comes down to moments. Can you take advantage of whoever takes advantage of, or whoever has the most big play moments, big game moments on their side is the team who normally wins. Yeah, they're gonna make a play here and there, but you got to be able to make enough plays to win the ball game. Okay. And that's the deal.
So this is kind of interesting here. So it seems like what Sal is trying to say is more surrounded around this comment and the next one. So he's saying, pay attention. Brian Daboll played predominantly spread offense, which he did, forcing man coverage. Josh had many options in this bunch. Oh, this bunch BS not working. What part is hard? But this is what it really comes down to for Sal, I think, is, we need to play spread is what he's saying.
So you're saying it's a scheme issue, basically.
That's what it sounds like he's saying, yeah.
So how does how does the scheme, how does going to a spread help guys beat man coverage?
Obviously, in a spread formation, you got more receivers out there.
We got 5. One more?
Probably 4.
4. You got 4 receivers. Like, I don't know. Like, I can go. I if we go spread now you got to have play designs again that gives you rubs, give you blocks, give you over routes, confuses the defense, get them switching. Like, you got it. It ain't just spread or put 4 more guys out there. It's what are you doing when they're out there?
Right.
What kind of play construction are you putting together to help guys get open quickly?
Right.
Because they're coming. Like, Josh gonna give you a few more seconds, but like you can go spread, Sal, but you gotta be able to, you gotta have play calling, the play designs that helps guys get open fast, bunching, 3-by-1, a lot of motion, and the timing of when you snap the ball when guys in motion matters, because a lot of times guys be switching and you can get them confused. The guy can come open. So it's a lot of little details to it that matter. But that's where Brady gotta be in the lab this week.
Right. I want to bring up one of the blitzes that actually was it resulted in a sack, but I want to show what you were talking about in terms of taking away the hot.
Yeah.
With the blitz. So let me pull this up here. Shoot. Let me get rid of that first. I got to put this up here so I don't get flagged. Boom. Okay, there we go. All right. So can you see that okay?
Yeah.
All right. Here's the play.
So what they bringing the pressure? They brought 5.
It looked like a delayed blitz by 17 here. Or maybe he was playing spy.
Yeah, he was spying. He could have been spying.
Yeah.
Running back? He could have been spying. Let's see.
Yeah. Yeah, he's spying. I mean, here's the hot covered.
Yeah. Yeah. There was another play we looked at too that I think it brought out the idea of how they zone blitz it, where the guy he acted like he was rushing, then he bailed out and he took away the running back, and Josh was looking to throw it over there. And that little having Josh having to come off caused him to hurry himself up, and that's when he threw the play where he threw the interception. That's the one.
Okay. All right, hold on. Let me find that. Let me see. That was before. That was at the half, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure. And as what we got to realize too, guys, is that only needs to happen once or twice before it gets in Josh's head that that's what they're doing, and I got to find someone else to go with the ball.
Let me get to the play result. Hold on.
This stuff is happening so fast. We have no idea. And, to the guys' credit, we have no idea how fast this is happening. We look at it on TV, we think it's happening fast, but man, it's happening so much faster than what we realize.
Yeah. Here's the interception before the half here.
Okay. So watch the running back, and the guy fell. He acted like he was coming, then he fell off. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Go back. That's great. That's great. That's a great design. That's a great scheme. That's a great hiding of the play. He act like he's coming. He's timing like he's coming, and then watch he fall off and take away Josh hot read. And Josh is looking to throw the ball over there. I'm coming. He's coming. He's coming. Oh, nope. I'm falling off, and I'm taking that away. Josh is looking over there. That hitch, and you can see it better from the
side copy.
And now he's forcing it. Yeah, that was a great fake. Then I'm gonna come out. Josh looking, he came off it. Now he pumping and got nowhere to go. That thing happening fast. Interception. See, the other thing too is reason why I say they weren't prepared, they didn't seem like they were prepared because a lot of times it looked like Josh is ready to throw, but guys are still in their route.
Well, let's go back to the sideline copy here and let's see where the receivers are. Because we know he was looking for the hot, but
you can throw it now. See, he's ready to throw. He's still in his route at the top.
Everybody's still at the. They haven't even gotten to the top of the route. Kincaid is the only one, or Knox rather, in the middle here is the only one that's at the top of his route.
Where else? There's within the play scheme, there should be shorter, quick options.
Yeah, this play didn't make sense at all.
Right.
Everybody's running a dig.
Well, what's the down and distance? We need to know the down and distance.
The down and distance is 1st and 10.
Oh, well.
It's 15 seconds left though in the half.
Oh, in the half. Okay, so they're trying to get down the field. I got it. They're trying to get down the field. They're trying to get down the field. Yeah. Okay. So they're trying to get down the field. And he just got to get rid of it because the pocket is collapsing on them. You know. And unfortunately, Josh could have did a better job of handling the pressure. But you're asking him to do a lot. You're asking him to do a lot. The guys not being able to get open. Guys not picking up the pressure. Zone blitzing. I think I got a hot read, but now I don't. Like it's a lot happening, and you got to process this stuff. You got to make decisions in split seconds, right? They looked a step slower. They looked a step behind. They did.
Thank you, White Sounds. Appreciate that, bro.
They look a step behind, and that's a defense. You'll hear the defense going to say we want to keep them on their heels, right? You want to keep them guessing. You want to keep them on their heels. You want to keep them a step slow. They looked a step behind.
Yeah.
And all you got to do is throw a team off rhythm just a little bit, and you get the performance you got the other night.
So while we're on the point of team speed, because this seems to be another thing that's playing a major role in the lack of efficacy on defense, right? The defense in general is not as fast or doesn't seem to be as fast as the offenses they're playing against. Now, from your experience, how much of a necessity is speed on defense as opposed to some of the other aspects of defense that help a defense be successful on the field?
Well, it depends on the situation. So if you're talking about playing against the run, speed is not as a necessity as it is angles.
Okay.
And we heard Coach McDermott talk about they were playing some 8-man fronts, right? And gap control is the key. In their scheme, the front fours is normally responsible for one gap, right? Mm-hmm. And what has to happen is you can't get moved out of your gap. So one of the things he referenced was I got Dion, and let's say Dion had the A gap. Well, Dion liked to swim move. He liked to run around his guy and get around him fast, but that exposes your gap.
Yeah.
The idea is you got to play him head on, hold your ground, and as the play develops, you got to shed him, the defense, the guard, one way or the other.
Yep.
Well, if you try to swim him, you try to fake him and go around him, now he pushes you down even one gap, you create space, right? That zone blocking scheme that the Falcons run is designed to take you where you want to go. It's to not to majority of the time it's not to wrestle with you, but it's to take you where you want to go. We're going to double up to the next level, right? And if you slant to the right, then they're just going to move you right. The back's responsibility is to read it and cut back.
Right.
So Sean was talking a lot about that. So speed is not as important when you're talking about stopping the run. It's more of an attitude and gap control and taking the right angle.
Right.
What could come into play more times than not is in pass coverage when you're playing man, when you got linebackers that's able to run with running backs, you got cornerbacks that's able to run with wide receivers, you got safeties able to run with tight ends, right? So, and again, as a defensive mindset, you're giving cushion most of the time. You're reading routes, you're reading patterns. So speed still, you can get away with not being super fast.
Right.
Know how to play.
And that brings me to my next question, which is the difference in defense when Shaq Thompson and Dorian Williams played in the second half after Terrell Bernard got injured. That kind of showed the dichotomy of, you got speed on the field versus having guys that take proper angles and, willing to stick their nose in there and be physical, in the run game. How successful can linebackers like that be in today's NFL? Like, is that something sustainable in the past game that you've seen, or is it just like in this day and age, you have to have a guy like Terrell Bernard?
No, you don't have to have a guy like Terrell Bernard. You got to have one thing. You got to have a guy that knows what they're doing out there. I don't know if you heard some interview I was listening to. They say Shaq was running around there like a couple plays. You got to know what you're doing. You got to know where you're supposed to be, for one. Right. I think that might be an issue. The other thing is, no, you just depend on your scheme, right? Depending on how often you're going to have him chasing running backs. Depending on how much space you want him to be able to cover. Right. Mm-hmm. But that's why I'm a big believer. You make your scheme fit your talent pool.
Yes.
You got to make what you want to do. I got to develop a scheme that better fits my talent that I have on that field. Yep. And so you can get I don't even want to say get away. You can have a very successful defense and not have guys that's undersized and a little faster.
Right. All right, we're getting short on time here, so let's get to the solutions that we think help the Bills going forward. Before we do that, I want to get to this comment here. Sal says Josh starting to get real frustrated. Don't blame him. Watch around the league, guys, wide open everywhere. On the post podium conversation show that I do, where I look at the press conferences. Josh Allen was asked a question about the optimism that he has. What optimism do you have in the team to get this figured out? And he gave this look of like kind of rolling his eyes, like, that's kind of I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, how am I supposed to answer that? And you know what I'm saying? Type of style of rolling his eyes, right? Based on what you're seeing, and Josh's mindset for the most part, right? Is it possible that he is getting frustrated with what he's seeing on the field from his receivers?
No doubt about it. I believe you saw it clearly on Monday night that he's frustrated. Now, what exactly is he frustrated with? I think time will tell, right? Eventually, you can't hide it. It'll come out in some form, some fashion, especially when you got reporters asking the right questions. But yeah, I think he was frustrated with. I think it was a combination. I think it was one. The play calling, right? I don't think he was comfortable as he normally is with the play calling, and a frustration of guys getting open. I think it's a combination of it, right? And then him being frustrated at himself for how he handled the pressure. Maybe he thought he should have used his legs more. So no doubt, I definitely agree with you, Sal. And there's some frustration that's mounting. I think just exactly what it's probably a combination of everything we've talked about, but he's definitely frustrated, and it came out in how he performed on Monday night.
Okay. So let's read this comment from my man Billy D here. Says, and this kind of leads into the solutions for the offense. So we'll start there. So Billy D says we should trade for Wilson and Olave. Olave. I think he's talking about Garrett Wilson. If I'm not mistaken, Garrett Wilson just got the bag in New York. I don't know if his contract is even tradable at this point. Yeah. But what are your thoughts on Olave?
Well, I don't see Olave being a number one guy. I don't see that yet. I know he might be that in New Orleans, but I just don't see him producing and having the level of production that a number one you'd like to see in a number one. To your point, I think he's one hit away from being done. And for the year with his concussion issues. So I don't know if you take that level of risk with an Olave. And he hasn't shown me, like, I haven't watched a lot of his games, but he hasn't shown me, I haven't heard about him being this one
dominant
one dominant guy who's gonna make plays. I think he's more of a system guy than he is. I don't care what you call, just give me the doggone ball.
Right. Lynn says Olave is not the answer at all. So here's my solution, and tell me what you think about this, because I think the contract fits, I think the player fits, and I think the skill set is exactly what we need. I'm looking at a player like Jerry Jeudy from Cleveland.
I like Jerry Jeudy. I think he might be a little undersized.
Okay.
But he has the speed. I mean, he gets open. He's a route technician. You know what concerns me about Jerry Jeudy is the culture fit.
Why is that?
Well, where's he from?
Alabama.
He's from Alabama. And didn't he have some issues? He had some issues at one time.
Did he? I mean, I'll check. No, but
he had some issues at one time.
Let me see.
I don't know if he's the culture fit. That again, but desperate times calls for desperate things, man.
Oh, let me see. Criminal tampering with a domestic violence enhancer, a misdemeanor.
Yeah, he has some
issues. Is back in 2022.
He has some issues. Yeah,
he was arrested. Yeah,
he has some issues.
Okay.
So I don't know if you know. Yeah, that coach thing, man. That
might be a little too rough.
Might be a little too rough and rugged, but rough around the edges for the folk on One Bill Drive, man. Might be a little rough around the edges, man.
Is there anybody that you're familiar with that you think would be a good solution for the Bills at receiver here?
What you said earlier in the week, the boy out of Philadelphia,
AJ Brown.
AJ Brown.
That's a big contract.
I know, but I like AJ Brown, man. I like AJ Brown.
How much is he?
Physical, dog mentality, gonna make big plays in big situations. Like I like AJ Brown, man. I like him. I think he'll bring a level of competitiveness. He'll bring a level of a skill set that the Bills don't have in their current wide receiving core, right? But he is a guy that's gonna demand the ball now. He is a guy he want the ball.
Yeah,
he want the ball.
His cap hit this season is 17 million, 17 and a half. So the Bills would have to do some work to fit that under their cap. They would have to make a couple of trades and
see, that's what I'm saying, man. We talk about what's the solution, man. It's not as easy as we want it to be.
Yeah. So defensively, before we get out of here, we got a couple of minutes left here. The only solution that I think is coming based on what we've heard Sean say is it sounds like they're going to try to rush Max Hairston back to start playing after the bye. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I heard that. Coach McDermott still did say, managing expectations is the priority. He did allude to all the time he's missed. He did allude to him, knowing the playbook. He did allude to a lot of things, but he didn't rule out getting him back as soon as possible. I got a bigger question on that issue, man.
What's that
issue? They told us 4 weeks, man.
And they did. They did.
They told. Now we on week 10. Like, what's really wrong?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on here? Right? Like, what really is holding him? So you brought some clarity to my mind about opening the practice window.
Mm-hmm.
I understand now how they would approach that. They're not going to open the practice window unless they know he's ready to. They're going to be able to take him off IR.
Right.
So the reason they're waiting to open the practice window is so that they're definite on him being able to come back, get those 21 days in, and once those days are over with, bringing him on, putting him on the field.
Right.
As long as they don't keep him, as long as they don't open that practice window, something's wrong. Something's wrong. They're not comfortable saying he gonna be ready, whether it's physical, whether it's mental, whether it's attitudinal. Like, what is it? We could probably bank it ain't attitude. That's why they drafted him.
Right. That's the biggest reason they drafted him.
But what's really the issue? Because man, they gotta make a decision. And it don't sound like they're ready to make a decision on him. We just don't know why.
Right. Right. A couple more comments here, and then we'll get out of here. I'm sorry. Actually, Zoomer says Calvin Ridley, Titans.
Titans ain't giving him up. He's the best thing they got, man.
Right, and he's a bit older. He's 30. He's 30.
They ain't giving him up.
Yep.
Like really, but I don't think they're gonna give him up.
Yeah. All right. Alvarez says Buffalo Bills better not trade trade on anybody that played for Carolina Panthers or the Cleveland Browns. They all suck. I mean,
I hear you, just I hear you.
I'm telling y'all right now, y'all gonna see how much the Carolina Panthers don't suck when we play them next week.
They playing some good football. They running that ball too, man. They running that ball.
Yep.
Unfortunately, we make average running teams look great.
And that's the tough part. You know, teams that you expect to just, they don't run the ball that well. You can't say the Bills are going to be able to shut it down. Trade for Mechie from the Eagles. They just got Mechie. I think Mechie is there for development, and if they happen to get rid of AJ Brown, then Mechie steps in as the number 2. But
that may be reason for Philadelphia to look to trade him, because they think Mechie's can be that guy.
Yeah.
You know, they got somebody they can go bump number 6 up to number 1 and put Mechie at number 2.
Right. Bone says AJ would only cost us $750K. That's if the Eagles chose to take on the fullness of the dead cap hit, right? And that has to be negotiated. Not every team just decides, well, you know, like the Bills probably won't go into this saying, yeah, we'll take all the money, right? That would decrease the, you know, how high the draft pick we give up is, you know, because obviously if they're gonna take the brunt of the hit, then all right, we're probably giving up a first round pick, you know, maybe a couple of picks, you know, like a first and a fifth or something like that, right? Because they're gonna, you know, hold on to most of the money. But if we have to take that on, you best believe it's only gonna be for a third or fourth round pick or something like that. And that would mean that we would have to fit that contract on, you know, that 17 or a decent amount, probably half of that 17 mil. We're Spotrac. So yeah, you're talking about a $90 million dead cap if they were to get rid of him. So they gotta work around that. It's I don't know how you're seeing his $750K. His base salary is 1.17. Yeah. So in order for us to not have to pay the full 17, the Eagles would have to take all the proration, all the signing, but they would have to cover all of that.
And what would motivate them to do that?
The draft pick, basically. The draft pick and whatever else the compensation is. But at this point in time, they're still in the thick of, you know, the playoff hunt and you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I see him.
That's the other thing too. I don't think they'll trade him. I don't think Michi is ready yet to fulfill that role. That's why I say, man, I think unfortunately it's a tough one. There would have to be a major move by the Bills. Who would they give up? Like who? When you talk about trading, who do they have that's trade worthy?
Maybe Curtis Samuel if the Eagles feel like they know how to use him. Right, even that's tough because he's injury prone like crazy. So, all right, this is the last comment, and then we gotta get out of here. Coleman out at X. If that's what he is, sub him in at slot. Other situations that use his skill set, why are we so worried about 50-50 balls anyway? Doesn't that mean half the time it doesn't work?
50-50, yeah. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
Right. Your thoughts on the use of Coleman? He's
an X. I don't think moving him in the slot will help the situation. Because you know he's a bigger guy, he's not as quick, he's not as explosive. He's, you know, you want him on the edge, you want him down the field. You know, I don't think he's just a 50-50 ball guy. You know, I've seen him play in college up close and personal. I've seen him, I watched him here. Like he has the athletic ability. Like he's an athlete. Like you see him on the basketball court. So he can, it's just him learning the position, right?
Yeah.
He's only in his second year, learning how to get open against these top cornerbacks, right? I think that's going to take another year or two to develop. But keep him outside. Man, I think the greatest hindrance to a lot of these guys putting up numbers and performing is the concept of everybody eats. It's disempowering. It's demotivating.
What do you mean when you say disempowering? As a player, what do you go through mentally when you're in a system like that?
As a player, the more as a wide receiver, the more balls you get, the more confident, the more empowered you feel. The less targets you get, the less the play design is for me. Like we look at all of that stuff. Like who this play for? Nobody. Whatever Josh, whatever. No, put a play in there where I get the ball. That empowers you as a receiver. That says you have confidence in me. But when you have play designs that's really based off what the defense give you, no, give me the ball.
So what about these 50-50 balls? When Coleman hears that in the huddle, I mean, is that excitement? Is it like, well, okay, well, we'll see if it works this time?
Well, technically speaking, you don't say, hey, Coleman, X 50-50 ball. They ain't saying
I know. It's a fade route, right?
Right. It's a back shoulder throw. It's a decision. Like Josh looking at it, and if he don't have him beat up, if he's not on top of him, then he gonna throw back shoulder. Right. And if it's a situation where I'm gonna give Keon a chance because he's great at going up like you've seen him dunk the basketball.
Yeah.
Right. That's what they're looking at. Like he's an athlete, he gonna go up and get it. It's not that they don't go in saying, we want to give Keon a lot of 50-50 balls. No, it's like you call it go route. If you don't beat him, then I'll give you a chance.
Gotcha.
Like that's what it is more than us. Them having the mentality that he's a 50-50 ball guy. No, that's not how they think about it, but it's just them, hey, give him a shot. He'll get it up there. He'll go get it.
So is when Coleman hears that, is that just as empowering as what you were talking about? Like they crawl on a play for me and they're trying to give me the ball?
Yeah, they're trying to get him the ball down the field.
Gotcha.
Right? That's what it is. They're trying to get him the ball down the field. His goal is to get on top of the defensive back.
Okay.
But if you don't, I'm throwing it to you anyway.
Gotcha.
Right. So that's how that goes.
Okay. All right. We got to get out of here. I don't want to hold people up too long. The game is on and all that, so I don't want to compete with the NFL. but I want to thank everybody that's tuning in, that has tuned in to this point. Listen, we're on every week now. Every week, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Unless something, something falls apart or whatever. But
right.
I think we're gonna. You comfortable staying in this time slot, 7:30?
Yeah, I like this time slot. It's a good time slot.
Yeah. All right, so we'll do that. So every Thursday, 7:30 to 8:30 is the time frame for Coach D's Corner. So if you got a question or if you have a thought, make sure that you write it down somewhere, or you can DM us on social media and we'll ask it on the show, or just bring it with you to the chat when you come on live to watch the show. So with that being said, Coach D, thank you so much for coming on and doing all the film review and everything that you do with us. We really appreciate your insight and your knowledge. Did you have anything before we get out of here?
No, we're good, baby. We got a week off. Hopefully these guys will get in the lab and come up with something that's going to beat how these teams going to attack them this middle part of the year and get the Bills back on track.
Yep. Okay, great. Post Podium podcast will be right back at you guys tomorrow, Friday at 5:30 p.m. Make sure you tune in for that. Also, if you haven't done so already, this is the old label, but get you some tea in the hit house.
They got Delta Sonic. Go get them.
Yeah.
Sweet tea. Best tea in town, baby.
That's it. I got the shirt on too. They got the tailgate. Yeah. Tastes good. All right. So y'all have a great night. This has been Coach D's Corner. Peace.